Hello again, everybody. And today I'm going to be talking about the anxiety that we have as a problem in America, at least. I was looking up some statistics just kind of to go along with what I've been doing and how I've been doing things. So I've got the five top big issues or forces making us nervous. Nervous wrecks, super anxiety, whatever you want to call it. Take a deep breath with me. Okay. Inhale, exhale. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that touches almost every American life in one way or the other. For me, it touches me and my wife and other people in my family. It's anxiety. Not just the kind that flares up before a big test or, first date or a big a big deal like a job interview, but chronic nagging, wired 3 a.m. kind of anxiety. The stuff that wakes you up and you just can't sleep or you can't go to sleep because it's on your mind so much. Kind of makes your chest tight, your heart race, your mind race. Your body feels like it's in constant under fire, okay? And when everything is fine outside, you still can't see the fine inside. And I want to be really clear with something up front. If you feel anxious, you're not alone, okay? This is why I'm here. This is why other people watch and talk to me about what I talk about. It's because we're a big team of, anxious people, I guess. And I'm not weak. You're not weak. Even though some days I feel weak, some days I feel overwhelmed, some days I feel less than. We're not, okay? You're responding to something. I'm responding to something that's very real. In fact, you might be responding to several things all at the same time, right? That's what I've been noticing is that it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And some days those multiple things just overwhelm me. So today I'm going to talk about the five things when looking up stuff and my own stuff that brings me the most anxiety. It seems like it's very similar for other people that I've talked to and that I've listened to and that I've watched. First one, of course, is the big one: money. The invisible weight most of us carry, right? We all, in this country and other countries, I think this is a worldwide thing. Most of the Western world, we care about money. Money anxiety doesn't just show up when you're broke, when you have no money. It's not. It's about insecurity. Okay, not knowing if you can pay next month's mortgage or rent, not knowing if your car breaks down, mean that you have no transportation because you have to choose between groceries, fixing your car, getting gas, getting medication. The background noise in your head saying, "Do I have enough? Do we have enough? Will my lights be on next month? Because can I afford to pay the light bill?" Those type of anxieties. And here's the thing: most most Americans are financially insecure, but nobody talks about it. There's shame around money, especially when you're struggling. But the truth is, the system is set up that way. We're set up to be struggling. We're set up to have that worry and doubt. Wages haven't kept up with inflation. Student loans are a lifelong sentence for most everyone who goes to college, right? Housing prices are through the roof. Healthcare is ridiculous. And don't even, don't even get me started on if you have kids or grandkids, the prices just keep going up. So what happens? We internalize it. We put the weight of all the financial burden of the world on ourselves. We think we're failing when actually we're just surviving in a broken community, right? If this is you, I want you to remember something. It's not your fault. And financial anxiety doesn't mean you're irresponsible. It means you're paying attention. You might be hyper vigilant when it comes to money, or you might be so stressed about it you just stop caring and you throw your hands up. Both are normal responses. It's how do we do it safely and how do we do it in a way where we don't end up, broke and in a worse situation than possible. Next one is going to be work, culture, just the burnout. Okay, so all of us have jobs or careers, or we're part of a culture, or we're retired, but we still do other things. There's burnout for all of us. We live in a culture that treats exhaustion like a badge of honor. I'm from New England. In New England, you have this, pull yourself up on your bootstraps type deal. And we glorify it, right? We glorify the grind. We measure our worth by how exhausted we are, how productive we are. When really, that's not the point. We work 6, 7 days a week for weeks on end. For what? There's no enjoying life if you're working that much. There's no enjoying life if you're surrounded by chaos every day and you're burning yourself out. Long hours, low control, unrealistic expectations, zero work-life balance, which is something I've always struggled with. All of those lead to chronic stress. Okay. And here's what chronic stress does. It rewires our brains. It keeps your body in that fight or flight mode, even when you're just sitting at your desk or teaching a class or handing out fries or checking someone out at Target. It's all about, we're always under that constant stress and anxiety. Has anyone ever heard of Sunday anxiety? That feeling of dread before the work week starts. It's after dinner time on a Sunday, you go, oh my God, I have so much to do. You're not saying to yourself, I'm lazy because I just thought of it now, or what have I been doing all weekend? I could have caught up. That's your nervous system saying, hey, you're relaxed now. Let's prepare for the week. Instead of thinking, I failed this weekend because I haven't done anything, say, okay, I've rested, I've recovered a little. Let's hit the week. Now, don't get me wrong, work can be meaningful. It's important to most of us. But not when it comes to your life, not when it comes to your well-being mentally, physically, spiritually. Not when your value is reduced to your output. Basically, you're judged by what you do. And not when you're too burned out to remember why you started this job or why you're at this job in the first place. Most of us start a job, we'll have jobs as a kid we don't like. And then we get older, we go to college or do a trade, and we find a job we love. And we do it, and we do it, and we do it. And it gets so exhausting, we forget why we loved it in the first place, right? Why we loved it in the beginning. Having rest on a weekend is not something that you have to earn. It's okay to be resting. It's not like, well, I didn't do enough at work this week, so I can't have a weekend off, or I can't rest this weekend. I got to think about A, B, and C. That's not reality, guys. You've got to realize that everyone deserves to breathe. Okay? Social media, YouTube, Facebook. I talked about this the other day. We are comparing each other from our social media posts. There are people out there who literally will go on a private jet or go in front of a private jet, take a picture, talk about how they're going on the private jet, never go on it. There is that creator clout. Everybody on YouTube wants to be the next Mr. Beast or the next PewDiePie or the next this or the next this. Instead of just doing something on social media for themselves and maybe for a few people that they know and trust, or the few people that they think would benefit, they're trying to get likes, clicks, subscriptions, because that's their livelihood. But there's also people who go on Instagram, they post food that they eat because they want to show how extravagant it is. You go to a fancy restaurant and all of a sudden, click, click, click. Are you enjoying the food and the ambiance and the partnership with the person that you're with? Or are you there for the picture? And I think all of us have kind of lost that, myself included. I worry more about social media and other things like that when I'm out with my wife or with my kids. I should stop worrying about that and worry about the company I'm in, the people I'm with, the people that I love and love me, and why we're out together. You see their vacations, you see people's highlight reels, you see their glow ups, their aesthetic breakfasts, okay? But in real life, the world is falling apart, but we don't see that because we only see what's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and so on. Our brains weren't built for the amount of stimulation we give them. They weren't built to care about everything all the time, all at once, okay? Social media keeps you in the loop, right? keeps you in the loop of things that social media thinks that you want to be in the loop of. Like I talked about the other day, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they all use algorithms. Okay, they figure out what you like and they keep pumping you full of it. It's that constant dopamine. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. So what can you do? Start by noticing what you're doing. Notice how you feel when you're scrolling. Give yourself breaks. Set time limits. Remind yourself what you see online is not the full story. It's an online story. It's made up, most of it. It's never real. Okay, it's not real for a reason. People are taking time to edit it, to make it look pretty, to make everything work well. Okay? The next big one, of course, is one that a lot of us deal with, including myself, relationships and feeling lonely. I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for a long time. I've been married for a long time. I have kids. I have grandkids. Yet I still feel lonely. We live in a paradox environment now. We're connected. Social media, cell phones, everyone's got one. Everyone's on the internet. Everyone's looking at everything. Yet when they polled people, there's more lonely people today than there were 20 years ago. Why? Because we don't have that human interaction like we used to. It's now we talk, we'll text, we'll Snapchat, but we don't physically go with people places anymore. There's not a lot of lunch dates anymore. There's not a lot of people reaching out in the community and getting out with people. Even myself, I do gaming, but I do gaming with friends of mine who are in different states. We meet up once a week online. I would love to spend more time with them, but they're far away. So for now, that's what we do. But during the week, you kind of lose touch. I have a friend of mine who lives in Florida. We've been connecting again, and I would love to go see him on a random Saturday, but he's in Florida. I'm not. It's kind of a long drive, and it's kind of crazy to think about it that way, but that's kind of how our world is. We've moved apart. We've separated a lot, and by separating, we have actually we've used our cell phones and our Facebooks and our Instagrams and our FaceTimes as an excuse to not need to go travel to see people. We just can call them up. And that works great. But still there's that. We need to either find human connection that's close to us or learn how to experience it in other ways. When the pandemic happened, our COVID, the all-powerful, we really got connected through, Zoom meetings and talking to people on Google Meets and Teams and all this stuff. So we just stopped having office meetings in a meeting hall together. We just Zoomed in or Teamed in. And I think it's really hurt us in the long run. We need to go back to that human connection. It kind of reminds me of WALL-E. All the people are sitting in their chairs, watching social media, drinking their Slurpees, and they forget what the earth is. Then they go back to earth and they step out and magically they're like, wait a minute, this is what we've been missing? And they shut off their screens and they see the love and the light of the real world. Not a screen world, a real world. Everyone deserves safe interactions with everybody, right? That's why I think sometimes we also go with social media or FaceTime or Zoom, is because we don't have to worry about someone physically hurting us, right? But there are people in our lives that we know are safe. We still don't go see them. We still do the Zoom in or the Teams in. And I think that's where we need to change. We need to learn how to communicate with our loved ones without a cell phone in front of us or a tablet or a computer. The last big one for me is health. In the mental health system that we live in, it's failed us miserably. Health anxiety is more common to most people than most people realize, okay? Maybe you feel weird pain or you spiral into panic, or you Google your symptoms and WebMD tells you that you're gonna die. But beyond that, there's another layer. Anxiety about mental health itself. Okay, I stress about my mental health and it makes me worse. So I have to kind of go through a cycle of making sure that I'm good. The fear of losing it, the fear of being judged, the frustration of wanting help and not being able to afford it. I had some child of mine and her husband who were doing therapy, but their insurance wouldn't cover it anymore, so they couldn't afford it. That's silly. I would think it'd be cheaper to get these, people like that therapy who want it in the long run for our system, or like what happens with the VA and other systems, you're waiting months and months for an appointment. Are you suicidal? Well, not today. Okay, then your next appointment is in 6 months when we have an opening. Okay, so I'm struggling with mental health, but the closest thing you can get me is next year. Got it. And I'm not trying to be dramatic, okay? I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but it's true. Myself, I went and saw a therapist at the VA. He left the VA. Then I saw another therapist, and then magically she left. And now I'm on my third therapist in a year and a half, and she's going to be leaving in August, and we don't know who's coming next. That shouldn't happen, but it does a lot. And I get my health care, it's free. So I don't have to worry about the cost. If I was paying for it more than my taxes and everything else I pay for, I would be a lot more ticked off because I feel like I'm not getting the services I was promised. And then there's stigma. The voice inside your head that says maybe you're just being dramatic. I've said that to my kids before, and maybe they weren't as dramatic as I thought. Or maybe you're just broken. Okay, I'm broken. No one can fix me. My life is horrible. I'm useless. All those little voices in your head, right? And those voices are the things that drive all of us down that negative slope. And that negative slope is going to be the major problem. The major problem is we can't fix ourselves, okay? We need help. Your brain, through all this, it's trying to protect you. It's saying, hey, you're overdoing it. Slow down. We don't always listen. That's part of our problem too here in this country more than even others. And if you've ever struggled to get care, know this, the system is messed up, not you. We need more access, more compassion, more education. But in the meantime, we start where we are, right? You can't fix the system by yourself. It's a big effort with a breath, with community, small acts of care. So you're having a day, take some time, breathe, talk to someone you trust, reach out to the community if there's people out there that you know and that you can be with. If you have dogs or pets, take them out, cuddle with them, watch a movie that you enjoy that kind of just relaxes you, play a video game, play cards, do Legos, something that brings you joy and compassion. We also have to start naming it, okay? You can't just say, I'm okay. You need to talk about what is going on. Hi, I'm Richard, and I deal with anxiety, stress, ADHD, and some depression. I'm taking medication, I'm doing some therapy, and I'm trying to get better. But not every day is that great. But I'm going to get through it because I'm going to keep working on it. I'm naming it. I'm not making pretend that it doesn't exist. Okay? I'm out there. I'm putting myself out as this is me, a hot mess, but I'm here. So here's the things. Financial stress, burnout, comparing one another to what's on your social media or anywhere else, loneliness, health. These are not character flaws. They're normal reactions to abnormal conditions. And yes, it's overwhelming. But the fact that you're even here watching this, listening to this, trying to understand yourself better, that matters. Change doesn't always look like a plumber coming to your house and fixing something in 2 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour. It's not overnight. It's not a quick fix. Sometimes it looks like drinking a glass of water, turning off your phone, texting a friend, taking just a breath, breathing for a minute, pausing. So wherever you are right now, you're not broken, you're not crazy, you're not alone, you're human, and you're doing your best. You might be driving, walking, laying awake, dancing, dropping off auto parts. Who knows what you're doing? You could be heading to the gym or heading to your boyfriend's house. It doesn't matter. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're not alone. You're human, and you're doing your best. And that's all you can do, right? And that's enough. Thank you for being with me here today. Again, if anything hits you, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. If you know someone who's struggling with this stuff and maybe needs it, share it with them. Tell them, hey, this guy doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but he said the stuff that I understood and hit home. Maybe it will hit home for you. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about all this. Let me know how you see this. Let me know if there's something that you want me to address or something that is bothering you that maybe I can help you with. I'm not a trained anything, but I'm a human. I've been on the earth a long time and I've been through a lot of crazy things. And sometimes I've found ways around these things just because I've had to. And sometimes that's the best education you got. Until next time, take care of yourself. Take a breath. Remind yourself every day that you matter. You matter to everyone in this world, even if they don't know it. Okay, you matter to me. You matter to the people who are watching this with you. You matter to the people who yesterday said you didn't, that they hate you. My kids have told me that before. Trust me, I still matter to them and they matter to me. And take your time. This isn't a quick fix. This isn't something that's going to be done tomorrow. Take your time. Do your best. And thank you for watching.